In every city, in every neighborhood, there are people who choose the silence. While the world sleeps, they wake. They understand that the hours before dawn are not just time, they are opportunity. This is the story of one family who learned that discipline isn't sacrifice. It's the foundation of everything they become. Jordan and Malik sit side by side at their computers, monitors glowing, city lights spread out behind them through the window. Jordan leans back and points at the screen. "This is it," Jordan says. "This is the one." Malik squints at the screen. "Which version?" he asks. "We have 12. Jordan answers, decisive. "Version 7. The one with the layered architecture." Malik looks skeptical. "That's the riskiest one," he says. Jordan grins. "The best things are." Malik pauses. "What if it crashes?" Jordan leans forward, suddenly serious. "Then we fix it. Together." Malik holds Jordan's gaze for a long moment, then nods slowly. Together. They both return to work, keys clicking under their fingers in the quiet office. After a moment, Jordan speaks again without looking up. "You ever think about what happens after?" Malik, still typing, asks, "After what?" "After this," Jordan says. "After the launch. After everything." Malik stops typing and thinks for a moment. "I try not to," he says. "One step at a time." Jordan smirks. "That's the most disciplined thing you've ever said." Malik goes back to typing. "Learned it from my wife." Jordan and Malik share a quiet laugh, the city lights glowing behind them. Amina and Nia stand outside a glowing cafe as dawn breaks over the wet street, their breath visible in the cold morning air, waiting for Malik. Nia shifts her weight impatiently. "Mom," she says, "he's never on time." Amina checks her phone calmly. "He will be," she says. "He's always early for the important stuff." Nia sighs dramatically. "We've been standing here for minutes," Amina cuts her off. Nia throws her hands up. "Feels like forever." Amina laughs warmly. "I raised a drama queen." Nia looks offended. "I am not a drama queen." Amina grins. "You're literally proving my point." In the distance, Malik appears, jogging slightly and out of breath. "I heard that," he calls out. Nia's face lights up when she sees him. "Dad." She shouts and runs to him. They hug tightly on the wet street. Amina walks over slowly, smiling. "See? Worth the wait," she says. Malik holds Nia close, looking at Amina. "I said 3 hours," he says. Amina teases him. "You said 3 hours 2 hours ago." Malik looks guilty. "I got carried away." Nia pulls back and looks at him. "You always get carried away," she says. Malik ruffles her hair. "And you always keep me grounded." They stand together under the dripping cafe awning as golden light spreads across the street. Amina hands Malik a coffee. "Here," she says. "You look like you need it." Malik takes it and sips gratefully. "You're my hero," he says. Amina gives a knowing smile. "I know." Sunlight pours through tall windows onto rows of bookshelves. Malik, Amina, and Nia sit together at a table near the stacks, the library quiet except for the soft tapping of a keyboard and the occasional turn of a page somewhere among the shelves. It is a Saturday morning, the kind Amina had circled on the calendar days ago, hoping it would stay quiet. Malik had promised to leave his laptop at home. He did not. Malik types furiously at his laptop, eyes fixed on the screen. Nia sits across from him with a book open, legs swinging under the table. Amina watches them both with a quiet, patient smile, a cup of tea cooling in front of her. "I'm almost done," Malik says without looking up. 10 more minutes. Nia doesn't look up from her book. You said that 20 minutes ago, she says, turning a page. Malik stops typing, confused. Did I? Nia looks up and counts on her fingers, very seriously. Yes. 20. 7. And 43. I counted. Malik looks embarrassed, glancing at Amina for help. I didn't realize, he says. Amina speaks gently to Nia, resting a hand on the table. Let him finish, she says. But Malik shakes his head and closes his laptop with a soft click. No, she's right, he says. I'm done. Nia's eyes go wide, surprised, the book slipping slightly in her hands. Really? Malik shuts the laptop fully and pushes it aside. Really, he says. What do you want to do? Nia pauses, thinking, and then lights up, excited. Anything, she says. I just want to hang out. Amina beams, the tea forgotten now. That's the best thing you've said all morning, she says. Malik stands and stretches, his chair scraping softly against the floor. Then let's go, he says. No laptop. No phone. Nia stands too, clutching her book to her chest. No work? She asks. Malik turns serious, meeting her eyes. No work, he says. Just us. Amina stands as well and takes his hand, lacing her fingers through his. That's all I ever wanted, she says quietly. They start packing up their things, sunlight still falling warm across the table, the library humming softly around them. Nia stacks her books in a neat little pile, the way Amina taught her, while Malik slides his laptop into its bag like he's putting away something he no longer needs today. Nia picks up her book, tucking it under her arm. Can we get ice cream? She asks, already halfway to the door. Malik and Amina glance at each other and answer together, in unison. It's 11 a.m., they say. Nia grins, unbothered. I don't care, she says. They all laugh together, gathering the last of their things, sunlight following them out through the sunlit library. Malik looks at his family, reflective and peaceful, sunlight falling warm across the table where his closed laptop now sits forgotten. Nia has already moved on to a new book, and Amina is watching the dust drift lazily through the light near the window. For once, nobody is in a hurry. He notices things he usually rushes past. The small crease of concentration on Nia's forehead. The way Amina hums without realizing it when she's content. How quiet the library is, and how loud his own thoughts have become in the stillness. I think, he says quietly, almost to himself. This is the first time I've felt proud. Amina turns to him. Proud of what? She asks. Malik gestures vaguely. Of not just the work, he says. Of us. Of showing up. Amina takes his hand. You always show up, she says. Malik shakes his head slowly. Not like this, he says. Not with intention. Nia looks confused, tilting her head the way she does when a grown-up says something that sounds important but doesn't quite make sense yet. What does that mean? She asks. Amina turns to Nia gently. It means he's learning to be present, she says. Malik nods. Exactly, he says. Not just doing things. Being here. Nia pauses, processing. So, she says slowly. You're proud of us? Malik looks at both of them. More than anything, he says. For a moment, no one speaks. The sunlight is warm, and the silence between them feels full rather than empty. It is the kind of silence Malik used to fill with a laptop screen, and today he lets it stay open instead, sitting inside it with the two people who matter more than any deadline ever has. Amina speaks softly, her voice barely above the hush of the library. We're proud of you too, she says, and she means it in a way that reaches further back than this one morning, further back than she has words for right now. Nia breaks the moment. Okay, she says, but can we get ice cream now? Malik laughs, wiping his eye. Yes, he says. Ice cream. Right now. Nia pumps her fist in the air. Yes. She says. Amina stands, pulling Malik up with her. Ice cream has no time limit, she says. Malik grins, looking at Nia. She's not wrong, he says. Nia takes off running ahead of them. Last one there pays. She calls back. Malik calls after her. You don't have money, he says. Nia shouts back without slowing down, her voice bouncing off the shelves as she goes. I know. That's why I'm going first. Amina laughs, shaking her head, watching Nia disappear around the corner of the stacks. Malik reaches for her hand again, and for a moment they just stand there in the doorway, in no rush at all, watching their daughter run towards something small and joyful and completely hers. They gather their things slowly this time, no one rushing to be first out the door except Nia, who is already halfway there. Malik glances back once at the table where he sat for so long, laptop open, half present, and then he lets the thought go. There will be other mornings for work. There is only one this one. They all laugh, walking out together into the sunlight, the library falling quiet behind them, the sound of Nia's footsteps echoing ahead of them both. By noon, the work is no longer unfinished intention. It is a promise kept. A day shaped by choice, not circumstance. Malik, Amina, and Nia, they did not simply gain hours. They became the architects of their own lives. And somewhere in the city, someone else is waking up at 3 a.m., ready to begin their own story. The hardest choices are always the ones that matter most.